from NADA 2022. I'm here with Mike, Hanna, and the TrueSpot team. So we're going to be talking about some recent innovations that we are lucky enough to be just unveiling here at NADA. So there's a map behind me, and it's actually of my car dealership, Country Hill Motors in Kansas City. And we're going to be talking about, I call it telemetrics. I'm going to let you kind of talk about what you guys do.
I have some different words. Take the mic. So, Danny, thank you, first of all. Love the partnership with VINCUE. I think we're just getting started. There's a lot of really cool things I think we're going to be doing. So the word we use is geointelligence. So it's a word we made up. We do that a lot at TrueSpot, but we combined geo and intelligence and made it into a word. And so it's not just about location. So we know where cars and keys are at, and we do that, I think, pretty uniquely in the industry. So we can track everything, campus network, we can talk technology, maybe in a TED Talk or something, or a Geek Talk. But that location we take, and then from an operational perspective, help you run and drive your dealership more efficiently. So from recon, lot management, sales engagement, to fixed ops, now a new product we're launching here at the show, using that location to actually drive process innovation and things at the dealership. So
very cool.
Telemetrics.
So I'm going to break it down a little bit. So this is my dealership right here, and you guys put a GPS tracker that you gave us that we put on the hang tags of every car, and there's a tag that goes on every key, right? And then within your system, and today now within VINCUE, if I want, or on my phone, if I want to see exactly where the car is within a few feet, I can see the pin at my dealership. So I can see this one sitting behind my lot right now, and the car and the keys are sitting in my body shop, which I think is pretty cool because that also tells me that that car is in process. And you guys are able to then draw, like, essentially heat map it, right, and move the process. You want to speak to that?
Yeah, absolutely. So, yeah, no, exactly right. So car and key location, dealer plates, anything that moves at the dealership that you need to keep track of, iPads, doesn't matter. So the system is able to adapt and track anything you want. Car and key, we're obviously talking about here. So, you know, from a dealership perspective, obviously there's operational workflow. From the geo space, as we call it, specific areas mean certain things. So whether it's at the body shop, whether it's in a certain service bay, whether it's in a wash bay area, or it's on the front line, or whatever the case is, those locations are meant to be, you know, part of the process. And so what we do is take that location, these we call hyper proximity, and we can tune it to whatever makes sense for your operational flow. Obviously, you understand your operations. Recon is probably the best example when you have that kind of very specific workflow of cars moving through, how they make through the step. And so then that gets mapped, and then we can check cars in and out of steps. And so if you have a step for...
Just by moving it.
Just by moving the vehicle. Physically, not in the software, just physically moving in space like you would have to do to get the work done, the software can update. So then you have real-time data, real-time analytics. Obviously, you have week over week, month over month. All this stuff starts to bring you real intelligent insights of what's actually happening at the dealership. And the recon process specifically, removing bottlenecks and figuring out better ways to drive the workflow so that you can save time, and time is money.
Yeah.
So
something I never thought about was the forever dealers, we've been used to looking at leads, VDPs, all these insights that drive us to think about changing a price, spending some money on the car to maybe boost it, to get more eyeballs. But those were all digital attributes or insights to the vehicle, right? And today, with the integration with VINCUE, we can now see, has the car been test driven? Has the car, how long did it actually sit in service? How long did it sit somewhere, right? And that, I think, is really relevant when you're thinking about not just lot management, but also days to market and days to sell.
yeah, no, you're absolutely right. So there's so many examples. One of the fun things as we continue to grow and work more and more with dealer partners is finding and uncovering all those opportunities to save time and money, customer satisfaction. I mean, just so many examples of when you know where the vehicle's at or you know where the key's at, how that can actually reduce the time for a test drive, which means a lot when a customer's there waiting, that experience, and you know, the salesman's running around and hair's on fire. Takes 30 minutes, or maybe they don't find it. Sometimes it happens, unfortunately, the car or the key. But now, within seconds, everybody's calmer. The experience is so much better. The customer's into the test drive. That waiting, that anxiety that starts to build as you go through the car buying process makes it all better for everybody. And so, to your point, a lot of the data that had been driven from the data from the leads perspective and the market pricing and these sort of things, obviously all very important. But if you put that in context of location, there's so many things you can do as well, just to overall drive a better experience.
So reconditioning plays a big piece of that, right? So days to market, from the moment we stroke a check for a car, we want to be able to understand that disposition. Is that vehicle destined for wholesale, auction, retail? I call that war: wholesale selling it to another dealer, auction selling it to the auction, retail obviously retailing it, and then getting it in the hands of the team that's going to get that vehicle disposed of and profitable is important, right? Jason Rice calls it first 30. In the first 30 days, you have the biggest opportunity to move that inventory. And Kyle Monsier says something which I think is really powerful. He says, in order to change perception, you have to change culture. But in order to change culture, you got to start with the insights that we're giving our dealers, right? That the sales managers and the salespeople. And so one thing that I really love about your integration is you don't keep salespeople stupid. And I don't say that disrespectfully. Often in the old days, salespeople were not given information. They would have to get everything from the desk. They would have to get everything if they wanted to know what reconditioning was done to a car. But your system allows them to have a access where they can just pull a VIN up, see exactly where the key is, see exactly what the car is. They can see the process in reconditioning, and they can communicate that effectively to the consumer in an age where in 2022 everybody expects information right now.
Yeah, that's a great point. So there's enablement and empowerment in the system. There's also profiles and roles, and so you can limit some of the access if potentially it's in recon or if there's pricing information or whatever the case may be. But from our perspective, the more you can have everybody in tune to where cars and keys are at is a pretty easy one. But also in the palm of your hand. So from an integration perspective with VINCUE and others, all the vehicle details are there, the pictures, so you know what packages are in the car. From a salesman's perspective, the power of everything you need to know is right there in the palm of your hand. So obviously getting the customer to the car, they probably researched it online. There's probably one or two VIN numbers that they've come there to look at. So, hey, let's get them to that car, let them touch it, let them see it in a test drive. But at the same time, all the vehicle details there, the selling propositions, the things that you want to tell that customer about the car to establish value are right there with you as well, all in the same app. So.
This wasn't an easy task to get done, right? The solution, it seems really like, why didn't we do this before, right? Why wouldn't we want to know where the car is? Why wouldn't we want to know where the actual keys are? But it took a lot of integration. It took a lot of boldness on your part in order to show dealers the value. And today you guys are growing, and we're super excited to be a part of that journey with you guys. So thank you very much. Is there anything you want to share about any innovative things that you guys are doing in time for NADA or thinking forward?
Yeah, and just want to echo that. So super excited about our partnership with you guys, and again, just I think really cool the things we're gonna do, and the value. The most important thing is what we're going to be able to bring to dealers as we continue to integrate and do cool things. A couple quick announcements. We're doing some things at the show. So we, for our True Recon tool, we just integrated ROs with CDK, so making that process a lot easier for our CDK dealership partners. And so you can manage all that through True Recon or right back to CDK. So that announcing at the show. We announced a new product at the show, Fixed Ops 360. So what we've been doing on the front line for a long time, we've been having dealers pull us more and more into the fixed ops side of the house. Until finally we said, okay, we're going to get very serious about this and build a specific product. And so there's a whole operational, administrative, super easy to use, super integrated with the dealer process on the service drive. And then, really cool, you can obviously track the car and the key through service. So, a lot of dealerships, that's a problematic thing. Where's the car? Sometimes keys get lost, and, tons of stories there. But then also bringing that geo-intelligence into Fixed Ops 360. So easy examples, when the car hits the wash bay, that service advisor gets an alert. Say this customer's car is now ready. So that waiting, that whole experience just gets improved on the Fixed Ops side. So
Simply by moving the car.
Simply by moving the car, yeah.
Nothing else.
Nothing else.
Moves,
No, it just happens. The magic of TrueSpot, yeah.
Isn't that amazing?
Yeah.
Very cool. So thank you very much. If people want to kind of learn more about TrueSpot, where do they go here at NADA, and how do they get a hold of you?
Yeah, great question. So 1609W is our booth number here. So we're here in the main hall, West Hall. Mike at TrueSpot.com. Go to TrueSpot.com. But then here at NADA until Sunday with the rest of the team. So 1609W is our booth number. I've gotten that wrong a few times.
All right, awesome. So live from NADA, come visit the TrueSpot booth, 1609. And come by VINCUE. If you want to see it live in our system, you can click on any one of my cars at my car dealership, and you can see all those cool insights, including physically where the car is right now and where the keys are right now, which I think is pretty awesome. So thanks for joining us, and we hope to see you at our booth.